I don't really care what the general consensus on 2020 is. I just want to talk about something positive. Okay, real quick honorable mentions of cool stuff that didn't necessarily come out this year. Outer Wilds, played it in the summer. I love it. It is just like it's so good. It's a masterpiece to me. Sekiro, finally finished it. The last boss, piece of shit, hate him. Pokemon Sword, I finally finished it this year. It's pretty good. Like, it's a fine game. I had a lot of fun with it though. I really enjoyed it. The Fall from 2006, really fun movie. Had a really great ideas. Very beautiful. Loved all the costumes. You know, the story not the best, but like I think it makes up for it with all of its other beautiful aspects. Also, fun fact, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to legally watch in North America. Parasite, great show, love it, love all the body horror. Tatami Galaxy, it's just so fun. I love it. It's so good. I need to watch The Night Is Young. Space Dandy, love this shit. So good. All right, enough of this disgusting pre-2020 shit. Let's get into the new and modern, starting with Sonic the Hedgehog. So I saw this movie twice in theaters, once with a roommate and another time with a group of friends, and let me tell you, not a fantastic movie. It is, however, it's really fun, and it's not terrible, which is honestly a huge achievement for it. Yeah, this movie, it's just really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it both times. I don't know quite as much about Sonic as some of my friends do, but like every character felt like they really suited their role. Sonic and Robotnik were great. I feel like both Ben Schwartz and Jim Carrey were just both having a blast with their roles. James Marsden is just really funny to me. I love him. I'm a really big fan of how Jim Carrey portrayed Robotnik, and I really like how he had transitioned into Eggman by like the end of the movie. If I have anything bad to say about the movie, it's just fuck Motion Picture Company for having its employees work stupid overtime in order to finish the redesign in time for the release date, and then immediately shutting down that branch of the company. That's a pretty shitty move. Fuck you guys. Color Out of Space. I know this technically came out in 2019 at the Toronto International Film Festival, but it wasn't released in theaters until 2020, so I'm still counting it here. This movie is super rad. It drew me in with like the funny Nicolas Cage, but it kept me interested with some really wacky and disturbing writing and visuals. My favorite part of this movie is that, at least for me, it just made me like really uncomfortable the entire way through. What starts as some kind of weird and strange events just quickly devolves into a chaotic no rules hellscape, and I love it. I don't really care about Lovecraft and like what the movie's based on, but like this movie's just really cool. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. Bill and Ted Face the Music is just more Bill and Ted, and that's a big credit to it. Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves are perfect. The plot works. Every character works. It feels like just another Bill and Ted movie, and I love that. All right, I don't know a whole lot about music, so this bit's gonna be pretty short. Show Pony. It's got some pretty good songs. It's got some not so great songs, but it's still got that really awesome aesthetic though. So it's fantastic. Song Machine. This was really fun to follow this year. I'm really glad the visual aspect of Gorillaz was reinforced more with this album. I really like Pac-Man and How Far from this album. I just really enjoy them. Neil Cicierega gave birth to Mouth Dreams this year, and I have had it on repeat nonstop. I really like Yahoo. It's funny. I also really like Ribs, Just a Baby, and Closer Flies. They're also all favorites. Oh, and you thought we were done with Outer Wilds. Well, unfortunately for you, I have to talk about it now, because during the Summer Games Fest, the Day of the Devs event hosted a live performance by Andrew Pralo and David Tagney, where they played a compilation of Outer Wilds music. I think this is personally sick as hell. This is like honestly the last thing I was expecting to see this year. I think they also did a fantastic job considering like the restrictions of the soundtrack and how they only had 2 people to work with. It's not much of a visual show, but like it's just some fantastic live background music, especially if you like Outer Wilds. Damn, I really did not play a lot of new games this year. I never ended up copping Helix 2, which sucks. I need to play that sometime. I didn't really care for the big releases like Last of Us 2 or Doom Eternal. I didn't need to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, but what I did play this year, ooh, it's very nice. Monster Hunter World Iceborne technically did not release this year, but I play on PC, and it just so happens it was ported to PC on January 9th, 2020, so I'm still counting it. I've just gotten into this one recently, and like, holy shit, this expansion is so goddamn good. There's so many new monsters, all the armor is super cool looking, you can splash around in the hot springs, there's so many new capes, and the Bonbaro cape is absolutely massive. This game just does not end, and I'm okay with that. Another game that released on PC this year is the rest of the Master Chief Collection. Like, Reach came out like late 2019, but the rest, like Hey 1, 2, 3, and ODST all came out this year. And I'm just gonna say, like, they did a decent job with them. They're not terrible. Yeah, it's actually a really fun port, and is it worth $50? Probably not, but I'd definitely be lying if I said I wasn't a Halo fan after going through all these games. So this summer, I finally played through and finished the original Demon Souls, and like it was really fun. Once I got used to the jank, I had a lot of fun, and I never got frustrated a single time. Of course, I'm only mentioning this because of the remake that came out this year, but since I don't have a PS5 and the remake seems like a super faithful recreation, I think this placement is justified. Anyway, Demon Souls really fun, and if you have a PS5 and have never tried a Soulsborne game before, highly recommend it. If you have played a Soulsborne before, I'd still recommend it, but maybe just wait for a price drop if you're already adjusted to the kind of combat that's found in these games. I think you'll blast through it pretty quickly, especially if you've already played it before. But it's still a really creative game. It has some really great ideas. It's still a fun time. I think the only other big game I really wanted to talk about is Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game is just so good. It is literally everything I want from an Animal Crossing game. I played way too much Wild World and City Folk, and since I didn't have a 3DS when New Leaf was the hot new thing, the jump from the old games to New Horizons is just amazing. Every single issue I had with the old games is fixed, and the new stuff is just so goddamn good. This game just makes me really happy. My favorite part of the game, the museum, is just absolutely beautiful, and all the customization options in this game are like they're near endless for at least someone with a stupid monkey brain like me. And the bastards who developed this game had the absolute audacity to set it on a tropical island, which is like my favorite setting for anything ever. I'd been waiting for what seemed like forever to play it, but when I did, this game did not disappoint. New Horizons is probably my definitive Animal Crossing game now. I just love this stupid little piece of software. I really didn't watch any new shows that came out this year, except for Scissor 7, baby. The show's just a lot of fun. It's like a stupid dipshit action comedy. It's well written, it's well animated. Every episode is like 12 minutes and they're all perfect. It's on Netflix, go watch it. Oh wow, so I watched way too much YouTube this year, so let's talk about some cool people real quick. Chugga Conroy, always a classic. Every LP he did this year was fire. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is only like a quarter of the way done, and we're past episode 60 now, God help us. Ordinary Sausage, super fun to follow. He started this year and is making some incredibly ordinary sausages. I love his format he's got, he's fantastic, go check him out. Brutal Moose, another classic. Every video he puts out is a goddamn event. I love it. I know it's cliche to say, but like his cooking videos are probably my favorite. But his reviews of Next and Xenon were also just phenomenal. Okay, so there's this guy named Michael Jasper Ashworth, whose banner is, it's definitely a work of art. But he's made a couple of super interesting videos about the cell shading in Wind Waker and the gravity mechanics of Mario Galaxy, and I just gotta say, these are amazing. I love this kind of like weird video game optimization stuff, and he presents it so well, I feel like I have a full understanding of the concepts he talks about when the video is over. Yeah, he makes some really fun videos, check him out. Oh Christ, there's more. Worthy Kids, fantastic animator, super iconic style, all of his videos are perfect. Big Top Burger is an inspirational series, go watch all of his videos. Burnt Lamp made this fantastic edit of Morshu singing Flamengo by Caro Bonito, and I have it on repeat, and I can't stop listening to it. Jesus fucking Christ. Sekiro Shadows Dance twice, Diamond is Unbreakable but really fast, Sublo and Tangy Mustard number 14 and 15, Strange Neighbors, all of Infa's work, all of Casmanda Pole's work, Bloodsun Vendetta, everything by Scruffy, everything by Shea Frillis. Aside from YouTube, I really like fucking Germa, I guess. The Germa out of context account on Twitter makes me laugh constantly. I really like this specific edit of him destroying the Westminster Agility Championship. And I think the last thing I want to talk about, and probably my favorite thing overall from this year, is the absolute masterpiece known as Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware.
Can I see your passport? Gordon Tommy! Hello, Gordon! Puppy.
This is some of my favorite shit in the entire world. This sort of like roleplay playthrough of a game where the people running the series twist the story to fit their own characters. It's so good. I thought that Edward Emberpants was like the only thing that fulfilled this specific niche, but this series has gone above and beyond my expectations for this kind of thing. This is probably like the funniest shit I've seen all year. Every single episode was just full of the kind of dipshit comedy I love. The presentation and editing was just perfect. I love the way the story is slowly built up throughout the series. Like, holy shit, dude, this just blew me away. There's even like the 3-hour like behind the scenes videos, and that stuff's so interesting to me. If there's anything I can recommend for you to like watch, play, or listen to from this video, it's this series. It's all on YouTube, it's all edited, it is fantastic. It's 9 episodes long and hours of fun. Please go watch it. And that's my list for this year. If you have something you really enjoyed in 2020, please let me know. I'd love to check it out. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Gordon, my clothes. Look, Gordon. Roach, we could use them for big pit. Hello, Gordon. I share a piece of furniture with a raised surface supported by legs.